Good morning, guys. Today's conversation is going to be about planning your day on eBay. So I made a little chart for everyone so that they can customize wherever they want to be in their business. So I'm going to share that with everyone right now. Okay, so I sent the link so everyone can pull it up and adjust it to yourself. But so far, I think if you have all this stuff set up, then you'll be able to take some time off because you'll have a draft bank. And I think in order, this is what you would do. Sourcing, I guess, in different order depending on what your day looks like, but ship, then photograph, then list. And if you, in your photography setup, you just prepare things to photograph, then you're ready to go. You would be 1 week ahead if you did this, and $1,000 a week profit would be 2,150 items in stock. So today I want to talk about what you're doing to plan your week, so that you can get to the stage where you have essentially 100 items ready to photograph, 100 items ready to list, and everything is put away so that your workspace is super clear. Let's start with Mindy. Mindy, can you chat?
Yeah.
What are you working on for planning your day?
Well, I did time block out. Um, it's going to be broken up a little bit because I went sourcing yesterday, and so now I'm washing things. So I'm having to run downstairs every bit to move laundry along or whatever. But I'm pretty much listing. That's what my day is going to consist of.
Okay.
I've already done my shipping.
So 15. Wait, you said that you wanted to scale back. What number did you want to do that's more reasonable?
Well, I went back to 10 for the rest
Okay.
of August until I can
Gotcha.
get, since I'm trying to do that in 4 days.
Okay. 10 in 4 days.
10, 10 per day, so 70 in 4 days,
I
plus
see. Okay.
building the drafts.
I see. I see. Wow, I never thought of that. That's like you you have your listing goal plus a draft bank goal.
Right. Like right now, it's a more a scheduled listing because I'm doing it for vacation, but I would like to do it. So if I can do 20 a day, 4 days a week, that's 80. So that's 10 extra each week. Because I need 70 in order to do 10, have 10 go live every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe everyone can throw in the chat how many sales they want each day. Because if you start with how many sales you want each day, then you can work back and figure all the math out. Elmer, what are you doing to um, get 25 listings a day? What needs to happen between what you're doing and what you're doing now?
Um, Basically, I'm already doing it. I have my VA create the drafts. I have about 250 in the bank already. Um, and I am doing about 15 to 20 on my own. So I'm I'm prepping. I have a whole bunch of dead inventory, but maybe a year's worth of dead inventory in my warehouse.
But do you want a year's worth or less?
I'm sorry.
Do you want a year's worth of stuff or do you want less stuff?
Oh, I want less stuff,
Okay.
but I'm just going through it right now. I'm going through stuff that I bought 3 years ago. It's just been sitting in a crate.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the oldest inventory and just listing it.
Okay. So how do you know it's the oldest?
Because it's the one in the way in the back on the pallets.
I got you.
So I've been this weekend. I rearranged the shop. I moved all the inventory in the back to the front.
Okay.
And I'm finding a lot of stuff that should have been listed, but when it's a one-man show, and basically I consider myself a hoarder now. I never thought I would be a hoarder, but I think I am a hoarder when it comes down to industrial stuff.
Okay. So I am now doing a similar thing where it's like the milk. So the oldest milk is in the front. So when I get new stuff now, it goes into the back of the pile because that's just so my inventory is not really getting stale. So I like that. And also it kind of forces you to look through what you have, and then it reinforces you to stop buying stuff that doesn't work. My death pile is shrinking. It's like the best thing ever. I can see it shrinking and shrinking, and I don't want it to go the other direction. And things that I buy that are too much work, I'm just not buying those things anymore. So, oh, Cheryl says it's called rotating stock. I like that. Gary says anyone that's worked in a grocery store knows about rotating stock. Gary, do you know? I've never worked in a grocery store. How does it work? Hopefully Gary can chat.
So it's just exactly what you said. So I worked in a grocery store for 5 years when I was in high school in the first part of college. I worked in the dairy department. You literally, like you said, you'd pull out the milk, the oldest, put the newest in the back, and then rotate it to the front. The exact reason that you said. I mean, it goes that way for just about everything in a grocery store, but especially stuff that expires easily. And if we keep that mindset, we can't have a death pile. If you ask me, if we're not skipping over things and leaving them to the side, which is something I need to work on personally, but it's a good idea.
You know, maybe everyone should write this down, which is your listings kind of do expire because if they're too old, they stop showing up in the ranking. So then you'll never sell it. If it gets to a certain point, according to eBay, it's expired. So that's why it's important to go back and fix old listings if you haven't. List new ones. But Gary, what are you doing to plan your day out so that you can reach your goal?
I'm just trying to stay consistent with, somewhat of a routine, which is get up, do the things I need to do around the house. During this call, get drafts listed. Bare minimum of 20 listings a day with my death pile. And then continue to organize, which I got a lot done on Sunday night. I finally got my clothing room in order. It's like a breath of fresh air. I got every single thing hung up now on racks that I bought from a closeout JCPenney's or on the poles that I mounted to my wall. And I tried the bin system and I absolutely despised it. I hated it. I can't stand digging through things. I can't stand not looking at my inventory all the time to know where it is. If something sells that I haven't seen or thought about in a long time, I start to panic. So just for me, I'm looking at it all the time. It just makes me better at my job. So this has all worked out great. I got them separated by style, color, size, and brand. So I think if I continue this way, I'll be able to get, I want to get up to 3,000 to 3,500 listings. I'm at about 1,200 now. And that's up from 700 about 3 weeks ago. So
is your store performing okay for like to your desired level at 1,200 listings?
Yeah, I mean, I'm averaging, really, it's almost like clockwork. I went back and did some math. I got that desk calendar we talked about. I got one. So every day, write down how many I sold, how many I listed. And then I went back through the last week in June to the first week in July and went through, and it's just about right on the money. 1% of my store is selling a day. So now the percent of my, on the selling page where we get the visual of how much we sold and then how much we net out of that after all fees, shipping and everything, that's went up. It's up to like 35% now, which is a lot. And my ASP is down because I'm not focusing on the hard goods anymore, but I am moving enough inventory to make it worth it. I've just got to keep grinding until I get to that 3,500 where I'll be able to get to my financial goals, as long as everything keeps consistent.
That's great. You have like, I noticed that too. When you stop selling, like the random stuff usually has huge ASP, but then you just can't get the volume up.
Yeah, exactly. It was mostly, I did a lot of vintage electronics. And I have a neighbor who he's an antique collector he's in his 50s, and believe it or not, he has 3 children under the age of 4. So now
Oh,
he wants to get
man.
rid of, yeah, he's a maniac. He wants to get rid of all of his antiques, and I started selling a lot of those for him. But it takes a long time to pack that stuff. I'm getting a decent cut out of it, but I just found that in the end, it's better for me to just focus on my smaller margins and higher volume. As tempting as it is for him to bring me a tuba from the 1920s and sell it for $1,000, I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
So I was trying to simplify what Tech and Sports does, and what he does all day long is reduce complexity.
Yeah.
If you do that, you can do more volume. Because one of the big mistakes I hear all the time is, oh, I'm selling 10 a day for $200 profit. All I need to do is double that. But if you're selling 10 items a day at $20 profit, you're probably spending most of the day looking for that stuff. It's very difficult to find $20 profit items on eBay. It takes a tremendous amount of testing, grading, looking. It's just hard to scale.
What, Chris? What do you? I know your ASP is right between what 25 and 30. Is that right? What is your net out of that?
It's like between $8 and $11.
Okay, so I was shooting for a bare minimum of 7.
Yeah.
You know, so that's about where I'm at.
But I will take a profit of $5 or even maybe $3. And I've decided now that I don't know why this is, but because Tech texted me yesterday and he said, do you think it's depressing that the amount of sales that you get is the amount of sales that you get? Like, no one gets lucky and sells half their store in one day.
Right.
So that is kind of depressing. So it makes me wonder, if the amount of sales is the amount of sales that you get, could we just accept every offer for 2 weeks and have a much higher velocity and then not discount once you have the sale, you have the sales that you get. So then just leave your prices at market, because every single day I sell an item for way more than market. And it's because I haven't discounted it yet. Because Robin was saying she discounts her items as they get older. I sell items that are overpriced, in my opinion, every day, but they're items I just listed.
Right.
So it makes me think, should you just accept every offer so that you get the velocity going inside of eBay? And then like, okay, this Gary is a 20 a day guy. And so you hack the system by accepting offers to get your sales higher in the beginning. Then later you don't discount anymore. I wonder if that will keep the same 20 sale a day engine going.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So accept the offers at first just to get the sales, and then later the sales will come whether you accept the offers or not.
That's right. I'm thinking that I think that that's true. But I mean, because why would they not want you to continue to, if you're doing the same thing, they should give you the same number of sales.
True. So you think that you don't think that they just, I guess in my mind, I thought they just, here's the amount of traffic that you'll get for how big your store is, how much you live today, and how well you are at customer service.
Yep.
I was thinking it was just traffic, but you think it's actually sales.
It's both. I think that you will get a traffic bump if your sales start to climb. And let's say, for example, you sell 20 a day, and then now you move from 20 sales a day to 25 sales a day because you start aggressively accepting offers, maybe. So now maybe you get a 20% bump in traffic, because when you don't accept those offers, your sales drop 5 or 20%. So eBay's like, okay, Gary's been doing a good job. We're going to now feed him a little bit more traffic because he's not getting the sales that he used to get with the same effort. So I think that you could slowly increase because people always say, if I accept an offer in the morning, my store is busier through the day. Why do they say that? Is that because, go ahead.
I was just going to say, well, I wonder if now that you say that, would having an auto decline amount hurt us then?
According to that, it would hurt you.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because you don't get I know you get a boost every time somebody offers. I know you get a boost every time you counter offer, because it's another engagement score. So somebody
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, I wonder if it isn't dollar amount, because there was a time when I was selling lots, wholesale lots of a particular product, and it boosted my overall dollar amount. And then when I stopped doing it, my sales numbers went up because the dollar amount wasn't there. So it was shooting it in. So it kind of sounds like what you're saying is right. But also I did notice something else. I tracked some groups of orders, and I noticed when I listed, like I just, from day to day, I track the listings. So like if I list 30 items, then I track that a week later, and 3 of those items sold pretty consistently. Like it was almost money that I could count of those listings. 3 were sold, and then more off after that. But it was just a pattern I noticed. I wonder if it isn't just literally that simple kind of pattern to it.
It must be. I think it's impressions, conversion rate, and it really makes me wonder why sometimes things sell immediately, and like as an example, let's say Citizens of Humanity jeans. I will have like 10 pairs in my store that are $20 plus shipping, and then I'll list one for $24.99. The $24.99 will sell. It's like, even if you looked in my store, you would find 10 other ones that are cheaper. I don't get it. So it makes me never want to discount my items and just accept every offer. I don't know if that's something. Travis, what are you doing to plan your week out?
Sticking to my routine. I mean, literally it's just that at this point, trying to keep things consistent. Sales are way up. Things have been really, really good. I've gotten another bump, so I'm excited.
I'm going to give everyone a BOLO. So I have been researching equestrian brands. So here's a pair of pants I just sold for $50 that I had never heard of. So I'm going to see, it might be difficult in California, but if there are any places where I can get equestrian, I don't even know where you buy equestrian stuff. So I was just researching the brands with my lister, trying to figure out which ones sell well. And I would have never even picked this brand up if we didn't do homework on it, on what kind of riding pants there even are. So equestrian stuff, I don't even know where to buy it. So I think it must be a small niche. Eduardo, did you have some feedback or question?
Yeah, I was just wondering, because you were talking about a little bit earlier about the offers and stuff like that. And I had two things that I wanted to comment about. No, the first one is I've noticed something really weird, and it's that I send an offer out. Let's say I sit down and I send 30 offers out. Out of the 30 offers, of course I sell some don't sell. But then at night, let's say I do it at 8 in the morning, and then at night, the items I sent, sorry, not at night, like the next day at night, the item I sent an offer for sells to somebody else for the full price.
Yep.
And it's just weird, because then you send offers or something, and then it doesn't sell for the offer price, and then it immediately sells, and it had not sold for 3 months. So it's kind of weird how the offers work with eBay. That's something that called my attention. I don't know if somebody's ever seen that as well. I don't know if it's normal.
Here's another conspiracy I think is true. I think eBay saves the best customers. That's how I think that they rotate it around. So the best customer is the customer. If I was eBay, the best customer would be someone that logs into eBay, searches for something, and buys it immediately. They don't have time to search through all the garbage. They don't care about saving $5. So I would just wait till I find the right listing and then give them that customer, and it would sell instantly. That's why you see so many items that sell for sometimes triple what something else is that's available. That happens in running shoes a lot. We'll call on Isaiah, but I mean, you'll see a sold for $90 and everybody else is asking 30. So Isaiah, you have some feedbacks, comment, question?
Yeah, I had a question for you. I was looking at my items that were older than 45 days today.
Yep.
Well, in like there are like that first 200 that pulls on that markdown manager page. I was thinking, would it be better to like just relist all of those items? Like take them, delete them, redo the photos, redo, titles, descriptions, all that, and then relist all of those? Or would it be better just to mark them down 20%? Because
Go ahead.
Because I think that they're hidden. I don't think that anyone is like looking at those items. I don't remember sending offers on any of those items recently, which means they're not getting watchers. Like, and I only have 1,000 items in my store. So to change 200 items doesn't take that long. Would it be better to, because it said like days on site, some of them are like 200 and something days. Some of them are 180, like I'm thinking of like literally taking those down, potentially redoing the photos for some of the very, very old ones and relisting them rather than trying to mark them down.
This is going to sound crazy. You ready? Everyone in the group now is really good at listing, right? And most of the people in the group have a capital problem because they don't have enough money to reinvest in their business to make it big enough, right? But now that you're really good at listing, you can just go ahead and I would end it and then start over. So as an example, this is a pair of LeBrons I had in my store for like 5 months and it never sold. So then I ended the listing and redid the pictures. I did the whole thing over again. I rewrote the title and I took the pictures again outside. And I think outside pictures look the best. And they sold in 1 day. I had them for like 4 months and they didn't sell. And I redid the whole thing starting from scratch. And
but that tells us that they were getting suppressed.
They were getting suppressed. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think start over. Maybe that's like
that's what I'm thinking too. Like
no,
I want
not edit and relist, not end and relist.
Because no. I mean like redo the entire listing and launch it again. Like a whole fresh listing. And you like when it says days on site, it should say 0, like or 1. Rather than 300 and something. That's what
I want to do the rotating stock method. So like just go get your old inventory, end it on eBay and put it in the front of the line of your stuff and relist it again. Just start over. And so I'm actually doing that right now with returns too, because I want to find out why it was returned. You can also go back and relist the same item, but I've just been starting over now that I'm better at listing. Listing is easier now. It doesn't take too long. So
do you think that hurts your store having those items in there that just like never sell, never get traffic, none of that?
Yeah, because it affects your overall store. People in the chat are asking what's a good sell-through rate. It depends on your category. So like we always use the example of gold bars or $100 bill. If you listed a $100 bill for $100 free shipping, it would sell 100% of the time every single day. You would lose $100 minus the final value fee minus shipping, but you would have a 100% sell-through rate every single day. Actually, you could charge $101 for a $100 bill and still sell it 100% sell-through rate every single day. So that's an example. But if you list something like clothing, it's so competitive. It's really difficult. Isaiah, how come you're not using a drill attachment like everybody else?
I don't like to use it on small midsoles.
I see.
Yeah, like I have a bigger brush that I use for the bottoms. I just don't like to use it for midsoles. It's kind of difficult to maneuver.
I got you. Let's go, Jeremy. Jeremy, oh, actually, you're cleaning shoes. Do you want to chat? What are you working on this week?
Hey.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm cleaning shoes. I can talk though. Well, I went out yesterday with the intention of like not getting anything like too dirty, and I had success. I got lucky because I don't know if it was lucky, but I filled up like half a cart at a Goodwill, and then they brought out like a gigantic tote full of shoes, and like I filled up the thing. It was like overfilling, so I got lucky. There was like Jordan 1s in there and stuff, and I had a few people like come over and try to steal out of my cart, and I was like, no.
You got to put a Walmart shirt on top.
Yeah, I should have for sure.
I started doing that.
Go ahead, Mindy.
I started doing that. I ran to a different rack because I saw they put something out I wanted, and I came back and there was people digging through my cart. So now I started putting like, great value stuff or the just Walmart brand stuff on top of my cart so that people don't care to look.
For sure. Chris, I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
You like don't do shoes anymore, but like, how were you? What was your strategy for sourcing shoes whenever you were into it?
So I think I think I could do shoes again now because I was overcomplicating it. I'm not going to do shoes now because I'm focused on clothing, but I would consider redoing it in the future because now that I know that pictures in daylight are so good, this is what I would do. I'd probably go reverse traffic. So I'd wake up in the morning. My top priority if I sold shoes would be thrift because used shoes have less competition than retail arbitrage, online arbitrage. So I would spend all of my money on used shoes first. Then reverse traffic wise, I would hit up the Nike outlet, Burlingame, Ross. I would do all that, but those take longer to sell because if I were to redo shoes, I would always be the last one out because my friend Ken sells sneakers. He's always the last one to sell his pair. He doesn't care. He's like, I only need to sell 8% sell through a month. So that's really slow.
Yeah.
Right. So I think he has 2,000 pairs and his goal is to sell 160 a month or something. Not very many, but
Yeah.
he has a really high profit of, I think, $50 per pair.
Okay.
So he waits for all the money. Go ahead.
You'd use the thrift shoes to like cash flow, and then
Yep.
you'd gradually do the retail arbitrage.
Yep. And
Okay.
I would use the drill. I would use a complex set of brushes now to clean. I would set up a dedicated shoe cleaning station.
Yeah.
I would do enough so I had like a week's worth of shoes. I have 100 shoes ready to list 15 a day, something like that.
Okay.
And I think that shoe cleaning station is really important because that's like you would need to get into the flow. But then when you get into the flow and you have a good podcast or something good to listen to, I think you could crush cleaning. But I didn't do that. When I sold shoes, I did not take the time to clean them. And I would take the time to clean them because if I was a shoe seller, you dominate the competition when your condition is better.
I agree.
That's the key. The key to crushing shoes is condition.
The suede cleaner. Cheryl asked about suede cleaning. I honestly, if it's too dirty on suede, I won't pick it up anymore because it literally doesn't get clean. Like it will, if there's like a black mark on it or something, it's almost impossible to get out. That's my experience anyway.
That's true. But there are some shoes that you'll have a black mark on them and you can still sell them. An example of that would be like a Wallaby. You can generally sell those regardless of the marks that are on them.
Yeah, if the shoe's like high enough retail, then like people don't care. They want a nice shoe. They'll pay a little less, even if it's stained.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're rolling with suede or something like that, generally the shoes that have suede discoloration that you would pick up, you should be okay with like them having a spot. But of course, you wouldn't want to pick one that's like half of the shoe is a whole different color brown.
Right.
Like that wouldn't work. You'd just be out of luck.
I think your category matters too, like comfort shoes and work or like functional shoes. I think people are a lot more forgiving of like discoloration. You wouldn't want to pick up like suede fashion shoes and expect people to wear dirty shoes.
Yeah,
right.
That's true too.
Those are the ones where I generally see the most leeway when it comes to fashion shoes. Like if you had a pair of Jordans and the suede was discolored, like people will be like, you just discount the price a little bit and they'll probably still take it. Compared to if it was like a dress shoe, you might not be able to get that same
that's what I mean. I think that Jordans are more on the collectible side of shoes. I'm talking about like, you know, your $80 sneaker or your $80 like work shoe, like business casual. They're not going to buy like dirty business casual.
Probably not.
But everything else, I sell like the grungiest shoes from the bins sometimes.
Robin, what are you doing to plan your day or your week?
What am I doing to plan my day or my week?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm making a plan and then effing it up every day.
That's okay. I mean, you got to have something to screw up.
Right. But I'm doing okay. I'm staying on top of like what I need to get down. Today I'm just having like I have multiple streams of income, and every once in a while they like one of them will kick off in a way that is not normal and didn't anticipate, and that's where I'm at right now. So
I got you.
Like other work demanding my attention, but I haven't missed a day all month. I'm hitting all my listings. I have a ton prepped. I did a bunch of prep last night, so I'm going to try and get a ton of photos done today to get me through the weekend.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Amalia says, what does she do when she finds a fake item? How do you sell it? It's actually illegal to sell fake goods. So the way I would approach it is your Mercari or eBay or Poshmark account should make you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of it. There's no reason to get banned over even a Chanel bag. You find that you think it's worth $2,000 new, and this is a fake one that you want to sell for $40. Just pass, because $40 is not worth your account. If you advertise it as fake, it's the same thing as selling fake. It's illegal. It's like one of the few things you can do on eBay that is illegal. You can't sell counterfeit, and you can't do price gouging. You can't shill bid items up with a friend to make them worth more. That's illegal too. So those two things, stay away from. There's plenty of legal ways to make money on eBay. Alicia, you have a question about offers? Hopefully it's safe. What's up?
Yeah, it's fine. Are y'all setting up best offers as soon as y'all list your items, or are y'all doing that like a week or two or a month later?
I have best offer turned on immediately.
Okay.
The only downside is that sometimes if you add best offer, you lower the value of your item slightly, because you let people know you are open to a lower offer. So you're reducing the chance you'll get a full price sale, versus some people say, they just counter the exact same price. So something's $80 and somebody offers 70 and you counter 80. I feel like just turn off best offer. If you're not willing to take like at least 20% off the deal, then why even have best offer turned on? But that's why I think you should sell things for under market. It's very difficult to do eBay at scale and sell everything for full price.
See, I had to turn off best offers because I was getting like, on a $25 item offers like $7-10. And it's like there's no way. All it was doing was actually pissing me off. That's all it was doing.
It used to piss me off, and now it doesn't.
Yeah. So maybe I need to
keep going. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about low offers. Better than no offers.
Okay.
Just leave that is okay. When somebody offers you a lowball offer, it increases your rank. So hopefully, because that'll happen too. Somebody will offer you $10 and then somebody will offer $18 on the same item. It'll happen. Go ahead.
So is it okay to decline these offers? I mean, not decline, but send a counter, and if they accept it or not, or does eBay kind of frown upon the fact that, you've already had 3 offers on this item and they're all pretty low ball offers? I mean, and generally I give like $5 off of each item at the very least, but these were like really low offers.
I don't worry about it anymore. This is what I used to think. I think this is important. Every offer that I get now, this is my response. Thank you. And I move on. Because if I don't say thank you and I think of some other kind of emotion, I am wasting time not listing another item. So if somebody says, Chris, you suck, your YouTube channel is the worst thing ever and your store sucks, I just say thank you and move on with the rest of my day. Because otherwise you get stuck in this loop of like, you offered me $1, you realize this is worth 80. Like, that's such a waste of your energy and juju.
Yeah.
So like, that's just, I think thank you is the best. And no thank
response.
You, but some people say thank you, but don't know, but just thank you and move to the next thing. Jeremy?
Yeah, I have best offer on all my shoes, and sometimes it's like a $50 pair of shoes. Somebody offers $7.
Yep.
I have like a shortcut key thing on my phone, so I go like 111, and it says like, thank you so much for the offer. This is the best I can do right now. And like I literally like respond with whatever I am willing to take. And so it's just like automatic robotic. I'm not like upset about it or anything. And it
Yeah,
also kind of, go ahead.
I've actually responded as, I appreciate your offer. This is a consignment piece and this is the lowest I can take. And usually I can get away with that response just to kind of, hey, look, this isn't an acceptable offer. I can't take any lower, just to kind of get it off of my back, off of me, and then kind of like, oh, okay, well then I'll go ahead and accept it and move on, or not, one or the other.
I've just noticed if I do that shortcut thing, it's like a policy for me and it's automatic and I don't have to like think about it. And it also, when I started doing that, I had more people accepting my offer. So it's kind of, they kind of like, it humanizes the situation for the customer as well.
Okay. I just really wanted to know if everybody was turning them on as soon as they list or if they are waiting to do that.
I do it.
Okay.
You want to do everything one time, so you don't want to go back and do anything. So I do actually use auto decline. So I'm hoping to list all my items for $25 or more. That's kind of my goal for ASP, or at least the average. It's not that high on a lot of the items that are like, I'm not going to list an item that's only worth $15 for $25. That one I'm going to list for less, and something that's worth more will be more. But I have auto decline at $8 because I don't want to counter offer an offer below $8 on any item. So above $8, I'll counter offer you till the cows come home. But I'm only declining under $8 because I do get, especially with the YouTube channel, I get people who will offer $1 on 10 items. I don't even see those. So that's something to consider. Let's go with Amalia. You're new. Welcome to the call. Hopefully she can chat.
Hi.
What's up?
Yeah, so I just got started on Mercari in the last year. I only have 1,500 items out. Average
That's a lot.
Volume's about 15.5. Right
That's
now
great.
I sell shoes. And like I said, I find a lot that are new to me. I don't really dabble in shoes much myself, but like I found these Yeezys that don't have laces, don't have a size tag.
Yep.
Somebody
They might be, they're probably fake. I'd say 99.9, actually 100%. Those are fake.
100%.
What happened?
She has a pair of Yeezys with no size tag and no markings.
They've got
don't even.
See, I listed them and then somebody messaged me. I freaked out. I took it down. So I'm just like, okay.
I would rather wear Payless shoes than wear fakes.
Yeah.
Personally.
Oops, how did I unraise my hand?
Yeah, so
That's because of how you grew up, Chris. Like people nowadays, they're okay with wearing replicas. Kinda.
I can't. It's like somebody said, finally, they make products that help people reflect who they are on the inside. Because it's like wearing, because what if somebody calls you out? Like this saying I heard was like, if you buy a Louis Vuitton bag, but you still fly Coach, then you can't afford it. It's just funny because somebody did this like analysis that like, I don't know, if you look in an airport and you look at what people are wearing, you can tell like why they're not in first class and why they're sitting in the back. It's just interesting because
I think the owner of one of the watch companies or something like that, it was either a watch company or a high-end like clothing company. They were like, someone asked them, how do you feel about all of these like entertainers and rappers and stuff wearing your stuff? And she was like, you can't buy class.
Yeah, that's Coco Chanel. She said that.
Yeah.
You can't buy class.
So you don't go through the trouble of reporting any of them?
No, because you want to use that time to be productive.
Okay.
So that's like everyone has so many life units, and let's just use them moving forward, and it's better that way.
Gotcha.
Eduardo?
I want to interrupt you real quick. I kind of got like a mixed message there with offers and taking low ball offers or not. Like right now I have set up auto decline, and like I have auto decline from whatever I'm not willing. Like if I'm willing to pay to accept $9, I'll just do $9.99, or $8.99 period. auto decline. And I was about to take all of them off just to try and see what you were talking about engagement and all of that. But now you said that you also have auto decline under 8. So, because in the part industry that I am in, I have parts that are worth $100, and people lowball me like for $5. And it's like I have 3,500 items. I can't imagine having 25 like you, 25,000. So you would be just answering lowball offers every single day, because I check my automatic declines, and people are just $5, $10, $8. I'm not gonna accept that. So I was just wondering if it's good because the engagement will give you more boost or more traffic, and should I don't mind doing it if that's the case. But
if I was you, I would turn off all auto decline and just accept tons of offers, because you have unlimited stock. I might accept $20 on a $100 item if I was you, because there's unlimited stuff. I don't care. Just get it. It's all the same price. It's all bulk. Just start churning and burning and move through. I get what you, but like, I wouldn't hold out if I had unlimited inventory, and I wouldn't. The only reason I do auto decline is because I have a YouTube channel. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, because it doesn't take that long. Like, if you had hundreds of offers to answer every day, you're doing something right. Don't worry about having too many offers. Nobody has too many offers. That's not a problem. Just say thank you. Be like, wow, I'm so grateful for all these people having interest in my items. It's totally fine.
I'll do the thank you thing.
Yeah, just do thank you.
Because sometimes you deal with people who are not, they're just. I'm not gonna talk. Let's not waste time on that. But I was just wondering, because you said yes, don't do auto decline, and then you said you auto decline under 8. So I was.
Yeah, go ahead, Robin.
Think of a lowball offer as like a bump on a message board thread. Like, it's not answering your question, but it's still helping other people see your question to answer it. It's just a bump.
Yeah. Isaiah, question, comment? No.
Yeah. I was about to say that. I mean, Tech has 30,000 items or something like that, and he answers all of his offers personally. So
and he's the busiest person. He has enough time.
It doesn't take too long to do it, and I'm certain he's getting more than us.
That's true. He probably has hundreds of offers a day, and he's still fine. Christine, actually, let's go with Christine Trano first. Then we'll go to the other Christine. What are you working on?
Hi. I'm just finally we're getting our shed put in so that we can clean out the garage. So hopefully within like the next month, I will have an actual workspace. So
I love it.
That's just kind of what we're working on now. I'm trying to just bang out all the pictures I can so I can put the clothes away and actually start getting my workspace ready.
Sounds good. Other Christine, Sevilla, what's up?
So the question was,
what are you doing to plan your week or day?
Yeah, I'm still doing my schedule with the acronym that we had, the SPSLR. It's working great. I love it. And I'm just doing one day at a time, just trying to keep it as simple as I can, because I have a tendency to make things harder than they have to be. And I'm just keeping it simple, pretty basic, which is kind of freeing. I like it.
Great. Ed?
Yeah, schedule improvements. About 3 months ago, I decided I was going to convert my daily activities to a checklist. So I'm about 90 days in, and it's hard, but it's entirely worth it.
I think that's like everything. If it's hard, it's probably worth it.
But at first, it's really tedious. Like when I say everything, I mean like every time I touch my computer, I want that. Whatever I do with eBay, I want it in the checklist. So you got to kind of time log yourself, and you do a lot of editing. But after a while, you kind of end up with this core routine that you're just running through a checklist. The good part is you stop screwing stuff up. At least me.
Definitely. I want to go back to what Amalia said on listing on Mercari only. I think one of the main reasons I would sell on eBay instead of Mercari is the There's more options as a seller to run sales. It's easier to search your inventory. You can look at sales trends and data a little bit better than Mercari. But Mercari has 40 million active shoppers a day. It's a huge website. So there's plenty of people doing well on Mercari, Poshmark, and slightly lower fees on Mercari than eBay. So Christine, another thought? Sorry.
I do have a thought, and it's a little bit off topic, but it's a little more gentle. So Cheryl put KISS concept, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Where that saying came from was Bill W. From Alcoholics Anonymous, and his friend, Dr. Bill, were in an elevator, and they were going to their very first conference. Their very first conference that they were starting in the beginning of Alcoholics Anonymous, and he was talking about all the things that could go wrong, and he was worried that something was this, and Dr. Bill looks over at him and he says, Bill, just keep it simple, silly. He never said stupid. It comes from people who want to be harsh on themselves. Let's be gentle on ourselves. When we don't make our goals, it's okay. Just do our best. Keep it simple, silly.
All right, keep it simple,
Just
silly.
a little information.
I like it. It's definitely so. I mean, if we're talking about being positive and staying on track for the right momentum, then then you wouldn't approach your day like, if I don't do this, I'm a failure, right? You would approach it like, okay, my goal is 10. I guess I think you need a little bit of both. I think people react well when they know that it's a negative consequence. So like, if the version of you is a 10 listing person, then be a 10 listing person no matter what, and try not to not reach your goal. But I think that you're right. People do beat themselves up, especially now, especially if you have a really high goal. So maybe pick a reasonable goal, like 5 listings a day, and then kill your 5 listing a day goal every day, and just tell people like, my goals are a piece of cake for me. But if you set your goal at 25, you're opening yourself up to being a harsh critic for yourself because you may not hit that. Let's go with Mickey. Mickey, good morning. How are you planning your day and week?
Hey, good morning. Just making sure I've got everything blocked. That's really it. I've got a lot going on, so I just have to make sure I do that task in that time block and not let other things get in the way and distract me. So that's really it. Just staying consistent. I had a little blip, found some inventory online, came in, and it was terrible. So I'm going to move on. So.
Sounds good. Patty, what are you working on? Patty, you're on mute.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting you to.
What are you doing?
I wasn't expecting you to talk to me. Actually, I'm just trying to do like a price breakdown of if the palette that I got, if I sell it at these different price points, with my cost of goods, what would my profit be? Just so I can get kind of a general overview.
Mm-hmm.
I am just trying to get through this. I had no death pile, Chris, and then I got this palette, and now I have like a hoarder basement. So yeah, I'm just trying to take photos and get everything listed. Let me see if I can pick up my computer. If you see that massive pile back there.
What's in there?
One of the tables has that palette that I got on there. So
what is it?
It's all men's clothing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
I wouldn't worry
so
about it. Just don't do any spreadsheets or fancy stuff that doesn't matter. Just list all of it.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just listing it. I just wanted to know, like, kind of like some of the things that I've gotten, are, they're not home runs by any means, but I just wanted to know like what's kind of the lowest I could go without, with making some money on it. So
Gotcha.
I was just trying to figure that out. I was just putting an eBay calculator.
I want to point out. Go ahead.
We're in the middle of redoing some of the things in the house. So, and my husband's been off doing army stuff for like the last month. So my listings have kind of suffered the last week or so. So I'm just trying to at least like bare minimum get 10 or 15 in. So thankfully he's back this week, and then I can get back to normal and have another parent in the house, which I have no idea how single parents do it. So
I know it's a lot. I think it takes 11 hours to take care of a baby per day. So how would you doing that plus work? It's so much for one person. And also, I want to point out this because Amalia put she has a flute in sterling silver that needs repair. So this is how I look at repair now. If you are professional at cleaning that category, then you kill all the competition by being able to clean it and present it in awesome condition. One of my things that I always thought was that I needed to repair everything to sell it. But I think there are certain items, if you don't know how to clean it, you probably should sell it in as is condition and let somebody else make the money, or let somebody else get a good deal and they do the work to repair it. Because that's been huge for me. You can sell pretty much anything.
exact same thing. That exact same thing, Chris. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Let people make the money. So if you find a pair of Doc Martens that people want to send back to get repaired, and you get it for $8 at the thrift, and they know it's a good brand, but there's something wrong with it, you can sell it for $20 and let somebody go through all the work of repairing it so they can sell for $100. You still doubled your money. Move on to the next item. I sold mismatched shoes, and it was crazy because they're like $3 to $5 a pair, and all of them have over $100 ASP. But then you have to deal with this huge wave of what's wrong with. Oh, Isaiah has some. Isaiah.
Yeah. So like, here's an example of it. Like this little black residue right here.
Yeah.
It was actually on the entire shoe, and I actually got it off of the midsole very, very easily. But I left it on this part of the shoe because if I try to get this black residue off myself and it stains the entire shoe, it's like there's nothing I can do at that point. But I don't mind allowing someone else to just clean it themselves, take a lower offer on this pink pair of Vans, and just go from there. And you can do, and I have several shoes that I've done that with. This is just the first one that came to mind when I thought about it.
Yeah, and if you are a cool person, that makes you look like you've worn those shoes for a while and you're cool. So like, and if you're not a cool person and you wear shoes that are pristine, you're still not cool. So fashion is about the person, not really the item. Because like, how come and a blogger will wear beat up shoes and now beat up shoes is the trend? You know what I mean? It's the person. So it's just funny that looking at these items, because there's people who can rock damaged. I mean, look at rock t-shirts. It's like sometimes thrashed t-shirts sell for more. Yeah, it's just interesting looking at that. The person. Let's go with Landon. Landon, what are you doing to work on your day or your week?
Yeah, so again, same thing. So I printed off my schedule of things I have to do today.
What's on it?
I want to do my listings right now. For the daily call, I want to check garage sales while I'm doing this. And after this, I'm going to go eat breakfast. Then I'm going to pull and pack items. And then I'm going to photograph for an hour. And then I'm going to go out sourcing. And then I have lunch with my friend. And then I'm going to come back and get everything shipped.
Okay. I bet you're better off than 99% of people who don't have a simple list like that of what they need to do for the day. That makes it a lot easier. It really helps.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm going to continue to work on my list today.
Another thing I really want to do today is I have some older inventory that isn't moving. So I'm going to take it to Plato's Closet and just kind of get rid of that because it's been on my store for like 4 or 5 months.
Dang, I forgot about Plato's Closet.
It just isn't that good.
Plato's Closet.
How much does Plato's Closet? I mean, is it different everywhere, or do they have like a standard?
So the majority, so mine does 35%. I know the like a city that's an hour away from me does 30%. I think it's around that 30 to 35% though.
I think it's the same
Of
everywhere.
what they expect to sell it for, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And some Playos are like really cheap, and some of them ask like insane prices. So try to go to the ones that ask insane prices, and you can get more free items.
Yeah, they ask crazy prices for like beat up old Columbia crap at mine.
Well, then I guess you'll get paid out a little bit more for it.
Yeah, cool.
So somebody put in the chat that it's called distressed. So I want to, since we're talking about being positive, I won't say beat up. I'll say distressed. And you can put in here, you can put distressed by user, not with the factory, because sometimes distress is on purpose, right? You buy jeans with holes in them already for you. Those cost a little bit more. Yeah, so Cheryl says, for those of you not wanting to schedule things to do a day, you can just start with writing down 3 things daily. I think that's great. The planner that I use only has 6 things that you can do in a day. So that would be the high end, just doing 6 things per day. And you got to leave a note. Last note on from Tech and Sports is like, just try and kick ass for like 5 hours a day. All right. Don't have to kick ass the whole day. Just like 5 hours a day kicking ass is going to take care of you. So wake up, do that first 5 hours first, and spend the rest of the day watching Netflix. Easy enough. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later.